What's going on, everybody? Coming to you live from downtown Sevierville. You might have heard of this place. Got a couple of famous residents here. Most famous one's talking to you right now. Oh yeah, and then there's this person here. They run into her quite a bit around town here. Got a funny story to tell you about her one day. Run into her somewhere I wasn't supposed to be. But anyway, this is the old courthouse. A lot of history went on here. A lot of hangings happened right here. Right on this square and in the back. A lot of the blood-soaked ground, the white caps of the bluebills. A lot of that went on here. Well, settled here. This very courthouse. I want to talk to you just a little bit as I walk around here. I've got to hurry. I'm getting ready to be on the job. About what I've been questioned about before, people, the Wampas Cat. Now, some of y'all may have heard of that, know what that is, know a little bit about it. Some people call it a painter. Some people think it's a bobcat, maybe some sort of prehistoric animal. But nobody really knows exactly what the Wampas Cat is. And that's because nobody's ever killed one around here. There's a little story behind that. I'll tell it to you. Now, it may not be the version of the Wampas Cat that you're accustomed to hearing, but this is how it goes. This is how it's told. Back around 1940, 45, there was a bell that was erected in Wires Valley, and they put this bell up in town, in the Wires Valley community, if you want to call it a town. And what it was for is people was having trouble with this Wampas Cat appearing and taking their animals and taking their livestock and their pets and God knows what else this thing may take. But it would only show up ever so often, like it was passing through every few years. So when somebody spotted this Wampas Cat, somebody in town would ring the bell and all the men would gather at this bell or at a designated place, and they would hop in the truck and they would go after this beast. So like I say, it's about the summer of 40, 41, maybe right in there. Most everybody's all fighting in the war, and of course you've got your real young and real elderly, and some of the ones that it's not all fighting. They're around here. So talk starts spreading through town that a Wampas, they think, got Herman Green's goat. It was found mutilated all over his front yard. Well, that started making people nervous in town. Well, a few days go by, and old man Tom Butcher, he had a cow turn up missing, and a calf. Well, that caused cause for concern. A few days go by now, and everybody in town's talking about what exactly it is that's going on around here. What's taking these animals? I'm trying to talk low. I got some people over here to the right of me, and I don't think I'm crazy walking around talking to myself. So they're wondering what's going on around here, you know? What's going on in this town? You know, is this thing gonna take one of our kids? How dangerous is this? So one night, old man Gibson was sitting on his front porch. Old man Ted Gibson. And here come his neighbor. He said, my dog's missing. He said, not only my dog, he said, 2 of my goats are missing. He said, this thing's moved right in on us now. And he said, I thought that I had seen something the other night out in the back 40. Well, this made Ted's wife, Stella Faye, kind of nervous. You know, she didn't want her husband going out after this thing, whatever it is. So a few days go by, right at dark, the bell starts ringing. This means get your gun. It has been spotted. We know where the Wampas Cat is, and we're going to kill it. So the bell didn't bit more quit ringing, and here pulls an old flatbed truck up with a bunch of locals in it, hooting and hollering, telling him, get on, let's go. We're going to kill us a Wampas tonight. We know where it's at. So he jumps on the bed of that truck and off it speeds, with her standing out in the driveway. Well, she just didn't feel right about it. They seemed awful happy to be going after this Wampas Cat. I'm not afraid. Something just didn't sit right with Stella, so she followed that old dirt road and them truck tracks, and she followed them on up the road till they cut up a hill right there, the old man Clevenger's place. She followed them truck wheels path on up to Mr. Clevenger's. Right there's his barn, and she heard the office hollering going on in there and hooting and carrying on. She thought, Lord, they've caught that Wampas Cat. Now they've got it in there skinning it alive, it sounded like. So she turns around. But no, she can't leave. She's got to look. She's got to see what's going on. She's never seen a Wampas. She sticks her head around the corner and peeps in that barn. And what she saw absolutely froze her in place. She could not believe her eyes. But she didn't want to be the only one to be a witness to this. Oh no. She left right there, went and got two of the neighbor ladies, church ladies, whose husband was also on that flatbed truck. And they went back. She said, you've got to see it. You've got to see it for yourself. I can't explain to you what I saw. You just got to see it. So now the 3 or 4 of them go on up to Mr. Clevenger's place, around the corner, up the hill, and they peep in the barn, and what they see is a moonshine still, and all the local townsmen sitting around drinking and carrying on and getting drunk. And they figured it out. This is why no Wampas Cat's ever been spotted in this area. That bell is just a signal for when the moonshine liquor's ready. That's all that is. When they start talking about the Wampas, that means it won't be long and we'll be ringing the bell. And when they ring the bell, that means it's set up, it's fermented, it's ready to drink. Let's go. We'll come get you. And buddy, I tell you what, since 1941, the bell has never rung again. The old bell's gone now. It's rusted. Fell to the ground. The little tower it's on's gone. But they say on a quiet night, you can still hear them old women taking a hickory and frying pan and running them men back home, cussing and carrying on, and whipping their legs with a hickory switch. But that's the story of the Wampas. Now that's the story I was told. Of course, there's another story, a whole different Wampas. But yeah, that's the one that I like to tell. Got to break it up every now and then. It can't all be doom and gloom stories on here. I do have a few other stories to tell. I might start telling them eventually. Anyways, guys, I thought I'd tell you this story and give you a look at our big metropolis here. If you've ever been down here, downtown. Sorry, I didn't mean to spin so fast and give you all a whoop-lash there. But this is it. It's downtown Sevierville. Right over here is where the sheriff shot one of the Wynn brothers while his other brother was on trial for killing somebody on the Whitecaps. They was deciding his fate to be hung right in that very courthouse. As he passed this corner right here, he was shot dead right there on that corner. Yep, that was back in the turn of the century, guys. So anyhow, get off from here, get back to work. This is the other avenue. That's it. Guys, get off here and catch you all later, man. I'll tell you another story. It won't be so long next time. God bless you and take care.